Hello and welcome in. Hello, hello. My name's Tammy Neff and you're on my page called Tammy Loves Vintage. And I'm sure I'm happy to see you. So I've got 4 projects left from vacation. I told you guys I packed stuff to go live every single day and I only went live one day. So I'm going to do some projects with you here today to get these unpacked and out of my bag and all of that stuff. So I put you down where you guys can see. And my first paper plate project is going to be a tin. Now, in traveling and all of that, things kind of got mixed around, so hopefully this will all make sense. But I found this awesome little tin. Let me see what it says about it. And I forgot to put a title on this thing. I'm rusty. Mellow Mints Satin Finish, trademark, 10 cents. It's a beautiful lid, and I don't want to cover the whole lid, so I kind of have to think about how I'd like to decorate this out. I pulled some kind of like pumpkins that we made with acorn caps, where we just took a circle, filled it with some batting, sewed around the circle and pulled it, just like the great big pumpkin, not great big, but the much bigger pumpkin, and then topped it with an acorn cap. And so that's how we made these. This one's a little bit, I made these years ago, so I just pulled them off of my tray in the kitchen before I left for vacation. So hi, you guys. Vacation was wonderful. Yes, I hope you all got to see the video that I posted yesterday of our vacation. I think it was a great time by all of us. The kids were only going to stay a couple days, and they ended up and stayed the whole time. We got there a couple days before them, and then they stayed clear through, and they left a couple hours before we did. So we stayed and covered the golf cart and did some cleaning and some things. But yeah, it was great. And it was Treasure Island the day we went home. So they give you a treasure map. You go to the Chamber of Commerce, they give you a treasure map, and then you go around to all the yard sales. So you don't know where they are until that morning. So it's kind of a cool little thing that they do. So I have this and this. I can't imagine that I want both. But maybe I do. Maybe I do. Let's see. So we're going to decorate this tin up a little bit. Let's see. If I go like that with a little bit, and then maybe just a little bit of this. I think I am going to on here. I must have pulled this off of something. I don't know what, but it's got glue on here. So I'm going to get that off. I'm just going to cut it off, and we're going to start over. There we go. Let's just do that. That'll be easier than fighting the glue, and we don't need extra glue. So, okay, we're going to glue this down kind of around the words. Let it kind of hang down over the side. Let's just see what we get here. And this, like I said, is one of the projects that I had planned on doing on our trip. I got out, like, Andy had an extension cord in the closet, so I was able to go outside and do one of the videos. And so I had it all set up on another day, and the guy that, I don't know, my husband or Sean or somebody came out and said, we're going to go for a bike ride. You want to go? I'm like, yeah. So I cleaned everything up really fast and didn't get to do my live that day because, once you get going, then you're kind of in, you're kind of busy. We stop and we do other, hit other venues, I guess. We hit the beaches and look for glass, and you stop in for ice cream or a beer or whatever, wherever we were going. And then, before you know it, it's getting late. So, okay, that looks like a good base, I think. And I don't even, this is, this moss is from our, website, Tammy Loves Vintage. It's just great. I hardly used any at all, but it's just enough to break up some of that Excelsior. And then I figure I'm trying to not cover too much of the top is what I'm doing here. All right, so let's put this little hay bale down. on top of all of that. Give myself some room for some pumpkins here. I think I want a big one up here on the top. Okay, and then I think I'll just do, let's see, how do I want to do that? This one's not puffed very full. I didn't pick a very good one. But maybe if I need to see it here. Okay, let's do this. Let's put this one right here. And then I think I want to put this other little hay bale down here. Let me just look here. I'm going to put it just on this side. And I'm going to stick it right in against the tin. Right like that. Okay. And then we're going to set another little pumpkin down here like that. And that is all I'm going to do to this one, I think. We'll take a look at it and see. Because yeah, I don't want to lose the tin. Okay, I've got another little idea maybe. So I'm going to put some on the back and some on the bottom. And I'm going to shove it in there against that. Okay, so there is that. And then let me see. Do I want black? I've got black here to pull the black from up there. Or do I just want a tiny little pumpkin, like a tiny real pumpkin? I kind of like that better than a ribbon. Okay, let's do that. But I just stole this one from the other project. So we're going to see. All right, so there we go. There we go. I think it's simple. I think it's done. And I think it's adorable. And you can still see the integrity of the tin that was original. So very cool. All right, so first project done. See, that wouldn't have taken me very long at the lake to do. So there's one done. Now the next one, I thought this was really cool. Look at these fall colors. It's an IGA turmeric container, spice tin. But you guys remember IGA stores? I mean, we had IGA. That's where everything was IGA here, where I live. So, okay. So for this one, I have this. Oh, and I was going to do a painted pumpkin or maybe one of these. Oh, here's my scissors. I probably had to put those away. And I have some leaves I was going to paint. So I got quite a smorgasbord here on this one. Let's see if I want darker moss. I think I might because it kind of matches the IGA label. So I'm going to do the dark moss. And then let's see here. I need to see, okay, this side of the tin. This side is perfect. Double check your tins. This side's a little bit yucky over here. So I could, you know, be craftastic and cover it here. But the words, there's a little gougey gouge right there. And this one's perfect. So I'm going to make this side be the front. Okay, and then the top is nothing spectacular, so I'm going to go ahead and cover the top. This tin, I just saw I had a price, $7 is what I paid for this tin. That's pretty good. I mean, tins can get very expensive, so you'll get a little sticker shocked sometimes, and then other times you get a deal. So. Okay, so let's just slather some glue on here and just do a little jigger down the side, just a little jiggity-do. Okay, just to hold it. Okay, so here's where we are. Cute already, right? Cute already. So when you're like thinking, oh, I don't really want a fall one, but you could do Christmas colors. Watch for, I got glue on my hands. Watch for Christmas colors. And you can find some really cute things that way as well. Let's see here. So I have pulled a couple of leaves. So I pulled these things. You guys have to remember I pulled these things a week ago. So I don't even know what my intentions were. But we're just going to go. Let's see here. I'll stick it in like that and curl it down maybe a little bit. Let's try that. Let's see here. You have IGA still? Oh, that's awesome. I don't think we have any still. I think they've all been changed out here. I don't know. That's awfully symmetrical. Let's see if we can't break it up a little bit. Oh, I don't know about all this, but maybe. Let's see. Let's try it this way is much better. And then 2 over here, maybe. We'll see. And then I have these, I have no idea where. Oh, this was a clay pumpkin that I bought. It's just awfully cute. Somebody made it, so look really close at that. They just rolled out a circle with their hand and cut some lines in it. And then it looks like it could be a toothpick that they've painted and added into the top. But how adorable is that? And then I have this bigger clay one that I made. I kind of like the slouchiness of this bigger one, to be honest. But I didn't I have a smaller? I guess not. I can look in my bag and see if I've got a smaller. I've got leaves, 2 leaves. Let's see that we could do. Kind of like my clay one. Same idea exactly as the one I just showed you. I don't want that. Or I set a couple of other pumpkins with it. Maybe that's kind of cute. Okay, let's just, oh, I've got, oh, why do I always drop things? You guys I always drop things when I'm live. Let's see. And then I've got this little sprig of berries, which is, oh my gosh, that's really, really good. Okay, so let's paint this puppy up. Shoot, I almost lost you. That was my internet for some reason. I don't know if I got a phone call or what. So this is a clay that I made. So it's much rougher. And it was in a 3-dimensional mold. Let me show you. You like the clay one? So this one, I actually have a mold. Let me find my molds. Since I'm home, I can show you that, maybe, if I can find it fast. Well, here's half of it. So this is how I made this one. It stuffs inside of there, and then it's got the other half. And then when it dries, you take it apart and you get a pumpkin out. So, see? Like that's half, and then the other half goes over here. I only pulled out half of it. And then the little the little leaves as well. So you can get molds like that, and you can get them like for Christmas trees too. You guys have seen this is half of my Christmas tree mold, and they come in 2 sizes. Like you can find all kinds of cool 3-dimensional molds when you're out and about. So, all right, let's give this orange a whirl. Because I want an orange pumpkin, I'm pretty sure. Oh gosh, I didn't stir that up enough. It's all clear on the top. Hang on, let me give that a better whirl here. You like, oh, thank you. Yeah, it's a little more interesting, you know, than just rolling it in your hand and getting this with the cuts. You can see it's got a lot more character to it. So, but whichever way. A steel. Oh, nice. Yeah, you did steal. Don't you feel guilty that you stole that? Oh. Okay, this is looking good. Okay, let's get this on here. I'm gonna have it all over me. I can tell already. And then I thought if we have the time, we could stuff a couple pumpkins, maybe. At least one. That was my other projects, was some stuffed pumpkins as well. So I only did 2 projects, or no, I did 3. I did 3 projects actually with you guys while I was on the island in one video. It was just one video, and it was the bottles. So sorry I didn't do any more. I truly did have everything set up, was ready to hit the live button, and they came out and said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I thought I would go live." We were just kind of finishing lunch and just kind of sitting around, and I thought, oh, this would be the perfect time. And sure enough, they wanted to take off on the bikes. Okay, so there is that. I don't know if it'll need a second coat or not, so I'm going to leave it open. Maybe I should pull a little bit of weight through it just for some interest. Let's see here. Just so it's not just plain old orange. I don't know if white's good. Probably need some brown too. Get a little highlight on the top. Just to variegate the color a little bit. Make it a little bit more interesting. Oh, sorry. Oh gosh, did you lose me? Now I'm dark and I can't see. Did you all lose me? Are you still there? Okay, now let's get some paint on the leaves for the pumpkin. And I better shake it better than that. After seeing how that orange was. Oh my gosh, I can't hardly see you guys now. It's so dark. It's Abby Neff. ABBYNEFF. Let me check with this phone and see. Or are you wanting her on Facebook? She doesn't do much on Facebook. She's more TikTok and Instagram. I'm heading to California this afternoon. I'm flying out, so I've got to get my shower, and I'm all packed up. Let me see. How do I find her? Friends. There she is. Abby Neff, ABBYNEFF on TikTok, and on Instagram it is ABBY.neff, N-E-F-F, ABBY.neff. If you found some Seaglass. Yes, I have some. I was going to show you guys my lucky finds. So yeah, just stick with me here and we'll do that too. So here's my leaves. Ooh, that's really, well, it's too bright. Ooh, it's really bright. Let's see, I did grab a darker green just in case that was brighter than I wanted it to be. This is probably darker than I want. Where the heck is it? Oh, it's clear down in there. Boy, I use this one a lot. Woo, and it's really dark, so this will be a nice combo for the two. Okay, I'm gonna get it all over me because I need it to be around those edges. I have a tendency to let it sit so I don't get my hands all over it, and then I gotta go back and paint the sides once I glue it on because you can see it. Okay, well, let's just mix this a little bit. Get ourselves a nice green. Let me put some green on the stem just because I didn't pack any brown and I'm not going to go over there and get it out. The green stem is fine. Okay, and then I wouldn't mind just a little dabble of white in there. Just a dabble. Let's see here. There's just a dabble. That's a bigger dabble than I wanted, but it's fine. Okay. Oh, for Pete's sake. All right. Okay, then I got another leaf here to do. It's kind of nice when you mix your colors. It just makes it look not so flat, not so boring. Not that you girls that just use one colors projects are boring. It just gives a little bit of interest, a little depth, I suppose would be a better word, a little depth and interest when it's not just one color. Some kind of like, see, it's a little bit more interesting than just one solid color. Need a little bit more white on the tip of that brush. I can't get it on the tip for some reason. Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna leave it. That looks pretty. Okay, let's leave that. All right, now, so that I don't spill it. And then we'll get back to the tin. Oops, I just put the wrong lid on the wrong, that goes on there. That would confuse me. What and why? Yes, and flying out of Columbus, yes. Just on Spirit. It was the only one that was nonstop to LA. It's like a 5-hour flight, 5 plus, right around 5 hours. Yeah. It's closer. That's the closest airport for me. Okay, so now let's get these. I do kind of like how this was starting to go. So I'm going to go ahead and tack that down. Tack this down, just a little tack. It's not going to go anywhere. And then maybe I'll just do one of these paper. So these are silk leaves. This is a paper leaf. And just to throw off the color a little bit, I'm going to do that. Okay, so just to see how it makes it look more like fall leaves, and it also adds a little bit of dimension to it, which again adds interest. And then I really did like this little deal. I don't care for this big thing that hooked it on to whatever it was, so I'm gonna cut it back just to where I don't lose any, oh, I was gonna say beads, but so I don't lose any of the little seeds, or whatever they are, berries. They're not seeds. Okay, I'm gonna put some glue down. I'm kind of gonna tuck this a little bit. I'm gonna have it hang over and see how I feel about that. I think that'll be fine. Do I need to, I think it's gonna be fine. Okay, let's leave it like that and see what we think. I am going to tuck this leaf down just a little bit. I want it to go down, not up. So I just hit the edge of that leaf. I've got glue strings here. I'm just gonna get my dryer, but I might as well wait till I'm done. Okay, yeah, so this leaf is aiming down and I kind of like that a little bit better. Okay, and then I've got moss on there. I don't want that. Okay, so here's where we are. Simple, simple. And then is our pumpkin dry enough to glue on here? I love this little chubby guy. Now let's see how I can fit him on here the best. I've got a little dot of white I don't like right there. Let me see how he's going to sit the best. Oh, I should have put the berries on last. Let's see. I don't like how he's sitting. Yeah, he's probably going to sit over there the best. Okay, let's do that. And then I want to see how my leaves are going to lay on this guy. These are just clay. Oh yeah, okay. All right, so let's do, I'm going to glue down the bottom of our pumpkin. Oops, oh, and I just broke my leaf. Okay, let's, hang on. It's okay, I have 2, and I think I only need 1, so it works out fine. Yeah, I think I only need 1, so I pushed too hard. Okay, let's glue it down. Make sure it's going to attach. Kind of dampish. Let's see, and then I have the other clay, but I don't like that one. It's too, I don't know, it's not enough. I suppose size difference are too much the same, and I think this one's going to be the same way. Yeah, I don't like that mix, so it's going to be this one right here. And I have to decide, do I want another little leaf, because I have this other little leaf here. I kind of think I do. Okay, let's do it with another paper leaf on top of this silk leaf. So the silk leaf kind of leaves that Halloween orange color, I guess you would say. And then I found some tiny pine cones over by one of the playgrounds. They had these tiny little pine cones on vacation. Oh yeah. And so that sits in there really cute. So see, this is right in there. So I'm going to do that. That's great for fall. Yeah. I'm picking, no matter where we were, I was picking up stuff. Yeah, there we go. Every year I go up, I get a whole bag full of pine cones. And I did. And then look at this long skinny one. That's kind of cool, but I don't know if I can get it in this project. I think it's too big. Yeah, it's not right. Let's see, I do have another little one, but I think it's monstrous compared to my little pumpkin. Or is it? Oh, no, it's not. Let's go back here with it and turn it upside down. I'm going to point it up in the air, and then I'm going to skinny this little pumpkin right in there with all of that stuff. Oh, yeah. Cute, 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 cute. Okay. And I think we're going to call this one done. There you go. Just a cute little kitchen decoration for fall. And you can leave it clear through Halloween. Cute, very cute. So here are the two that we made. So if you have a little window, like with a little skinny ledge, I mean, these aren't very thick. You can see they're not very thick. They sit right on my window ledge, or they can sit like in front of your can opener or beside of your toaster or whatever. You guys have seen pictures all the time of all of the ones that I have in my kitchen. So, and then I left the top of this one where all the pretty stuff is. So there's those two projects done, done, done. Okay, now let's pick all that up. Oh, I didn't put these leaves on there. Maybe I will add a little green in there. Let me see about this. Instead of doing the whole branch, since I do I want to do that? Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to add a couple of little leaves right up here behind the pumpkin. I'm going to put one, and then I'm going to put the other one over here. I see a spot. That is perfect for this one. Just again, giving a little bit of texture and a little bit of interest. So there, I added these two leaves. I added that one, and then I added this one right here. There you go. Okay, so there's that. Now, let's real quick, I'll show you some of the sea glass that we found, some of the stuff that we found. So I had, oh, there's one falling out of here. Usually I fill my solo cup with glass. We didn't have much bad weather, so I didn't get to do that. So let me see. I'm going to pull out everything that's not glass. That's all on top, and then I can show you. So all of the rest of this, I think, is glass and lucky stones. I found my internet. So I found a piece of pottery. Kind of cool. It's all soft. That was a cool find on the beach. And then Randy found a sailboat rock. And he's like, here you go. You can paint that like a sailboat. So I'm like, oh, okay. So now I feel like I have to do it. But he found a sailboat rock. And then there might be some fossils in there. But we did find some cute little, I don't know if you can pick up the details of it. But it's a fossil on both sides. We thought that was cool. Several fossils. Some don't make the cut once you're headed, you know, out and you're looking at what you have. I struggle to find heart rocks. Everybody says they find heart rocks. See, it doesn't even look like a heart. There. See it? Can you guys see a heart? Can you see a heart, or am I just wishful thinking? I don't know. This was the closest to a heart that I could find. And I always try to find a heart. And then on the last day, Randy found this. and he thought this looked like a heart, but it's also interesting because it's kind of white. It's almost like some kind of a bone. I don't know what it is, but he saw, you see a heart? So he found this and he said, here's a heart for you. And it was the best heart. He finds the best hearts. So there's the heart. And then his thing to collect is, they're called, look up a Nags, N-A-G-S, Nags stone, I think. I have a whole, or a Celtic. It might be Celtic. I don't know which. But they have holes that go all the way through. And this is what he loves to find. Like, I like to find the Seaglass. He likes to find this. And so Sean found this one, and it does go all the way through. So he let me have this one. And then here's another one Randy thought was really cool. It goes all the way through, and then it has this something like embedded in it, another type of stone. But so we thought that was cool. And then Randy found this one, which has two eyes and like it has the markings like a little nose. And he said, we got to keep that. So that was kind of cool. I have no idea what that was. But so there's our rocks. And then he found this one. He's like, it looks like a claw or something. I almost threw it out like 10 times, but I thought he's going to ask me where's his claw. So I kept it in there. It'll end up on his desk because I don't want that in my collection. But anyway, you do. I think they're hard to find, Maureen. I really do. Now, I think we're going to the beach when I get to California tonight. We're not going tonight, but I get there tonight. And then this is all of the sea glass that I found. Oh, there's a pork chop. I call them a pork chop. I'm not sure what they are. Oh, here's another fossil. This is a really good one. Oh, I'm not sure you guys can tell, but it's got holes all through it. I don't know. I thought it was cool. A man on a stump. Yeah, it could be anything, whatever you see. Then there was some pottery. Let's see. I found one piece of pottery. This is another piece of pottery. I don't know. Here's another piece of pottery. I get pickier once I get home. There's another piece of pottery. But I found one piece of pottery that had scallops on it. Here, maybe it's this one. I thought they were better scallops than that. Let me keep... Oh, and I found a button. I thought, how appropriate is that? I found a button. Let's see. And then Randy found a piece of... I forget what he calls this. Off of a prop, I think he said. I don't know. But he found that. Let me see. I know I had a piece of pottery with little leaves on it. Oh, is this my scallopy one? No, this was a glass. This was like a piece of a glass plate. This one looked like the shape of Ohio, so I had to get it. That one. I usually don't keep the pottery unless it's got, here it is. There it is. Unless it's got a design on it. See, it's got little leaves on it. It was somebody's dishes or something like that. It, could have been a coffee cup or whatever. Who knows? Could have been a mixing bowl. But it had a little pattern on it. And then, let's see. So that's pottery. Nothing great. Nothing like Sherry has at her house. The people that live there get in after storms. We had one day with a straight down rain. Nothing great. Several times we would go to the beach and there. Oh, here's one with some scallopy. I don't know. Let's see. I'm looking to see how many lucky stones I found. They're really hard. You would not think they're hard to find, but they really are. Very hard to me. Let's see. This is part of a seashell. That's not glass. Oh, there's another one. So here's the lucky stones that I found. So I'm thrilled with that. Always happy to find a lucky stone, which is actually a sheep head cheekbone. And they have an L on the one side. It has an L. I know I've tried to show you guys this before, but there's an L. You can see it. It's carved into it, and they're real hard, and they're called lucky stones. And you can look them up if you want to look up a lucky stone and see what you read about them. But those are the lucky stones that I found. I have a dish kind of full of them, and then this is all of the glass that we found. So we had a good haul, right? This was look how thick this piece was. This was probably my best piece. I don't know. And this Randy found this one, and it's purple. I'm not sure you can tell the purple, but it's purple. Sometimes you find them like this and like this that are almost not super tumbled. Oh, this one's pretty tumbled, but that they're not tumbled. But as long as they're not sharp, I keep them. It's too hard to find. This is just a red rock. I don't want that. But I mean, some of it is like, see, this is really tumbled and this isn't. See the difference? There's a big difference. But to me, it's all sea glass. You know, this is the bottom of a bottle. Can you see the indentations of the bottle? But there's some nice pieces. This looks like the top of a bottle. See the molding? And oh, here's another lucky stone. I heard that there was a guy that lived up there that used to take out glass, broken glass and pottery, and dump it in the lake for people to find. I think that is awesome. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I think it's awesome. I don't know if he's still around. Look at this molten, this piece is like, I had heard there was a glass factory across the island years ago. This one has some writing on it, this piece. I don't know if you can tell. Anyway, that's enough about that. So there you go. That's our glass find for just Randy and I. He's not super into it, but if he picks up a piece or two, you know, usually I'll be out there all day, 20 times a day, and he'll walk out one time and find much nicer pieces than I do. I don't know how that is, but it is. And then this, I always call them a pork chop. It's like a piece of a crock, maybe like an old crock. And I used to save these, but now they're kind of plentiful. So I just save them when it's a pork chop on both sides. So, and pork chop's my word. That's not official. I think it's just part of a crock. But I like it when it's on both sides. This was the only piece I found the whole time on both sides. I found some driftwood. Now it's throughout here. We didn't go to my favorite spot for driftwood, so I didn't find much for pumpkin stems, but I thought that was a great pumpkin stem. That's a great pumpkin stem. Look at the goose. It looks like a goose to me. I thought that was a cool pumpkin stem. And then this one for a little tiny pumpkin. I was grasping because I wanted some. And then this bag is just full of pine cones, so that's kind of boring. Okay, so let's see. Oh, this is just extra. Oh, what? Did I only bring one? Oh, no. Let's see. What's this? Oh, no. I have two stuffed. Okay, I have enough for two. So let's make a stuffed pumpkin. Okay. So I've just got some white velvet, and I have cotton batting, and I thought we would put some stuffing in it, and I'll probably need more. And I should cut it into a circle. Hang on a minute. Let me cut it into a circle here. That makes it a little bit easier to do. Okay. So I'm just going to cut these sharp corners off. Oh, and I've got to sew it. Did I not bring a sewing thread? Needle and thread? There's not one in here. Let me see if there's one. Here's my other bag. Well, I wouldn't have been able to do this one anyway. Hang on, I've got one right. Oh. Dropped a piece of glass. Okay. I've got a needle and thread right here. I did a little bit of sewing on my Halloween costume for the sparkle event. Let's see. This is too. I don't trust this when I go to really pull it. Let me grab something else. Let's grab. That's kind of short. I guess I'm gonna grab that's kind of short too. Hang on here. Oh, they're all kind of short. Hang on. Let you guys see what I'm looking. Oh, here. We'll take this one. So this one's black, but it'll be fine. You're not gonna see it. So let me tie it off here. And I don't think I'm going to have time to do my other one with you guys because I'm going to have to go get ready to head to the airport. but we can knock out this one for sure. Hey, Debbie. Thanks, Maureen. Okay, now I'm just going to start in and out, in and out, in and out, sewing around this haphazard circle of velvet. I love the velvet pumpkins. Okay. I'm going to keep going. So I made some of these already this year. I made 2 so far. So you can scroll back on my feed if you want to and see some of the pumpkins that I just made this year. Or you can go to my YouTube channel, Tammy Loves Vintage, and type in pumpkin and you will see so many. They're all different. So even if you watch me make one, they're all different. And you're like, oh, I've already seen that. They're all different. And I use different fabrics. This last couple though I've done has been with velvet. I just got a thing for velvet last year. And usually I do old sweaters that have great like cable knit, really great texture to them. Sweaters are great. I've done any kind of fabric really. Taken apart curtains. You can do printed with flowers or you can just do solid, any kind of fabric. Flannel shirts are great. Someone had said to use dental floss. It doesn't rip. I just like this because it doesn't rip. And dental floss, yes, would be easier. I just don't have any threaded up and ready to roll, so we're going with this. Okay. And you need to make sure if you're going to use yarn that you get a big enough eye, a big enough needle opening to accommodate the yarn. And you find those in the embroidery section at your craft store or your fabric store, wherever you're shopping. Okay. So did anybody see my vacation video I posted last night? It was kind of silly. It just showed finding Seaglass and finding a lucky stone and the bicycle riding. I think I rode the golf cart. I don't think I wrote that we were on a golf cart, but we were golf cart. We rode that. What else? My favorite like view, and I put like my favorite house is on there. It's so much architectural detail on that house. It's insane. Kind of iconic for the lake, I would say. And then there's a great big white house. It's on there. I didn't say much about it. I just said a big house or some of my favorite houses or something like that. There was always an old fellow that sat on the front porch and he would wave every time you'd go by. He was old. And I always wondered what he was thinking. He was always sitting there. Every time you would go out, he was on that front porch. And for years, we've been going up there for years. And the last year he was not there any longer. And so I was so disappointed. And then this year I didn't see him again either. And he was always sitting out there. So he's either been taken to an assisted living place over on the mainland, or he's passed away. I'm not sure. But it's very sad to me to not see him sitting there, because it was always like, there's our old guy, it's like a welcoming person. I miss seeing him. So, okay. And like the house that we stay at, they get water delivered. Like there's a lot of houses that don't have wells up there, or they're not in the city water system. So they have water service delivered to the houses. And it's no big deal, but the guy, his name is Knut, and he is in his 90s, and he's got his little old dog, and he comes out and pumps water down into the holding tank. And we always love seeing Knut because he's just a true islander, and so it's always a treat when we get to see him. come by, and he's just a happy guy. His daughter lives in Florida, and we met her once. They were outside at their house, and we stopped to visit. And anyway, he introduced us, and I told her, I said, "Oh, you're the daughter from Florida." And she's like, "Yeah, how did you know that?" I said, "Well, your dad told us." And she's like, "He did? I can't hardly believe it." Like, she was so surprised that he would have talked about her. That was so sweet. I was glad that I told her, you know. Yeah, I love it up there. I just love it. We know, like, all of the neighbors, like, we feel like they talk about people, and we're like, "Oh yeah." Oh, and then a sad thing happened. I can hardly see your comments, you guys. My phone went dark after I missed that phone call. What was I gonna say? How about the goose in here? I really like that one. I think it's cool. Let's do the goose. There's another couple, the guy that taught me about the lucky stones. One year I was out looking, it's probably been 4 years ago, maybe 5. I don't know. Time always flies. But I was out looking for sea glass, and I wasn't finding anything. And this old guy comes up to the, up to the beach where I was, right outside his house. And he asked me if I was having any luck or whatever. And we got to talking, and he said, "Well, have you found any lucky stones?" And he picked one up, and he says, this is what they're like. And I said, "No." So he's telling me, about the lucky stones. And then he says, "Let me go show you my collection." So he goes home, and he brings this huge thing full of course, he lived right there. So he finds all kinds of lucky stones. And anyway, he brought me his lucky stones to see his collection. So that enticed me to always look for a lucky stone as well. In my searching, his name is Dell, and he and his wife are in their 90s. And we were talking to the neighbor, and he sold his house. He was up there. I didn't see his wife. I just saw him. But he had sold his house to the all around. And so he really wasn't going to be able to just sell it. None of his kids wanted it, which I can't imagine, but they didn't. So anyway, the neighbor got his home, and it's just so sad to me. And he was up there for the last time saying goodbye to all the people that he knew on the island. And oh gosh, just rips your guts out, right? Okay, so this is just like an old, I think it was a collar. It was just a strip. It looked like this. And so I sewed across and made it to where I could just pull it to tighten it up. And I'm going to put that around the top. Okay. Oh, here I had packed this one with me, but I kind of like the one I found better. I didn't realize I had a stem. I guess that makes sense. I would have packed a stem. Okay, so let's see. I think we're going to go like right here. So let me cut my strings from my knot. Is right here. You guys, I will answer your questions and all of that stuff probably later today. I can't see it very well. My screen is very, 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 very dark. Let's see, what's my best option here? So I pulled this as tight as I can. So I'm just going to lay some. I'll do about half of this round and get it around the top. And then it looks like it's going to overlap a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and hot glue down. Since I've already cut my string, I'm just going to add a little dab of hot glue there where my pulling string stops. Okay. Because I've already pulled my needle off, and I'm not going to mess with knotting it. And then let's see, how do we feel about it? Yeah, I think I just need to do that. Okay, so let's glue this down the rest of the way. Let's see here. So Abby got jobs practically, I think every day that I'm out there, she's going to be working. So, I think 3 of the companies said I could come along. One of them said I could come and stop by, but I couldn't. They didn't want me to stay because there were 3 or 4 models, and they didn't want, the disruption, whatever. But they said I was welcome to come by. So I'm not going to go on that. I don't know what company it was for, but anyway, I'll be able to share a little bit of Abby modeling. I'm hoping. I'll try. You know, if I can, I'll video it, and if not, I'll sneak in video it and show you later. So we'll see. We'll see if I can show you Abby in action or not. I'm going to try. Okay, I've got some Excelsior. I just like the color combo with this, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to put some Excelsior around just where that stem is coming out. Just, you know, just to kind of dull that opening a little bit. There, see, that's much better. That's much better now. All right, so just a little bit of that. And then I have an old pin, it was $5, kept the tag on it, $5. I should probably keep that with it so I remember. There, we'll do that. And then I thought I would try and shine it up a little bit. It's a little dull, but I know it's for fall. Is this, yeah, this is gold leaf. So this is the brightest that I have. Let's just see. Oh, and it still has the pin on it. I need to bust that off of there. Now I'll use it. Okay, so let's, oh, it doesn't brighten it up too much. It doesn't hurt it. So let's go. Here we go. Yeah, that brightened it up a little bit. Okay. Off my finger. Okay. Put the lid on there. Let's snip this off so we're not getting hurt. And we'll snip this off. If I can do it without breaking the pin. Yep. There she goes. Okay. Oh, nope. I did break the pin a little bit. Darn it. Let me see here. Push it back. Yeah, I pushed it back. There's a little notch. Well, we'll just mix it in the grass. You can't tell. It's very slight. Okay, and then I want the duck to kind of, you know, be duckish. Let's see. Oh, which side though? Let's see. I don't want to look at it straight on and not, like, I don't want it that way. I want it to be duckish like that. Oh, I forgot to put the beans in the bottom. See, I told you guys the last video, don't forget that. I love the feel of that when you're wanting, but it's sitting fine. But I love that. So don't forget to put your beans, your dried beans or rice or stones or shells or something in the bottom. Whatever you got plenty of that could weight it down a little bit. There. So there you go. That's all I'm going to do to this one. And I think it's adorable just like it is. Let me stick that on there so I remember. There you go. There's that one. So I'll leave the other one in the bag for when I get home. I'm not going to take any projects with me to Abby's because it's Spirit, so you pay $120 for a suitcase. So I'm going to try and get it all in a little bag. So anyway, you guys, I got to fly. I'll look at your comments when I'm sitting at the airport. I'll have an hour or so wait. So I will do that. Oh, do I want to put a bow on here? Maybe. Maybe a little seam binding bow would be good. Let's see about that. And so I'll answer your comments, then that'll give me something to do. Because if you're like me, the kids, they like to go, you know, why would you, and my husband, why would you sit there for 2 hours? It's like, well, because they tell you to be there 2 hours early, and I like to follow the rules. So so I'm a rule follower. So then I end up sitting there and I'm thinking, boy, they're right. I whizzed right through there. But there's times where you don't whiz right through the inspection or the TSA stuff. So there's times where you do and there's times when you don't. And I don't want to be panicked. I hate that. It seems like every time I go to the airport with my husband, he doesn't like to go early. And I feel like it's always like, oh my gosh, we got to hurry. I hate that. So I would rather sit there and answer you guys' comments. So there you go. Here's our, oh, look at our little duck. Isn't he cute? I love that. So, okay, you guys, I'm going to fly and I will see you and we'll have a great time, I'm sure. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you, Debbie. I'll see you guys later. And, Phyllis, come back and watch. I made these 2 tins. I made this little tin with a clay pumpkin. And then I made these with our little acorn pumpkins that we've made before, just exactly like I made that great big one, only on the top I added an actual acorn cap to them. So there you go. There you go, you guys. That's our projects for today. Those are what I was going to make with you while I was on vacation and didn't get to them. And there's still one more pumpkin in here. It was out of a velvet scarf. These old velvet scarves you used to find with the big long fringe on them, and this is pretty much gone. But I thought this would make a great pumpkin. And then I had some velvet flowers. No, these are silk flowers that I thought might go great on the top. So we'll do this one when I get back. Let's see, and I have an actual pumpkin stem for this one. So I'll leave this one in the bag for when we get back. All right, have a great day, you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.